All right, so this is going to be a video all about traversing strings and lists in Python. So basically what traversing means is it means going through, okay? So if you're going through the elements of a list or you're going through the individual characters of a string, that's what traversing basically is. And the best way to traverse a string or a list, generally speaking anyway, is using for loops. So I'm going to show you how this works with Python. Python's pretty great with list traversals and string traversals because of the way the loop syntax is designed. So hopefully you understand that while I'm going through this. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I am going to make a, let's go over strings first. So I'm going to make a string and I'm just going to call it CS rules. Okay, computer science rules. Now what you can do is in a for loop, you can say for I, actually I'm going to write for character. Just go, it's the variable actually makes sense. So for every character in the string, so it's going to go through each individual character in the string. So it's going to go through the C, the S, the space, the R, the U, the L, the E, the S, the exclamation point. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to print that character to the screen. Okay. Just to kind of show you how this is traversing through. Okay. And as you can see right here, it prints out each character, the C, the S, the space, the R, U, L, E, S, exclamation point. Okay. That's basically how to go through a string. So this might be important if you are going through every single character in the string and you want to figure out which one of them is punctuation. So what you can do is for character in string, you could say if character is in, let's just do period, question mark, exclamation points, and maybe comma. Okay, so that's all of the characters for punctuation. So if the character is in that string there, you can do print the character. So it'll actually find which of them are punctuation. Again, this is just a made up kind of challenge here, but let's see if it works. So it runs through it and it finds the exclamation point, okay? You can make one that finds all the vowels. So if I do A, E, I, O, U, and then maybe capital, well, you don't need to do capitals on this one, so we don't need to worry about it. And then it should just print out the U and the E because those are the only vowels in there, okay? So it's good for going through strings if you want to find certain parts of a string or something like that. Okay, that's traversing strings. Now let's do lists. So I'm going to make a list here and I'm going to fill it with certain elements. I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3, A, B, B, and C. Okay, now just like with strings, I can make a for loop and say for elements, I'll just do element because it's elements in a list, in list, prints elements. Okay, so it's going to go through every single element in that list and print it out. So you see right there, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. So this prints out the elements of each list, but if I wanted to, I can have it do some mathematical operation. Let's just say I did something like, let's get rid of the A, B's, and C's. I'm just making 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. For every element in the list, we can say if the element is, let's just say, if the element is not divisible by 2, okay? So we can say right here, if it's not divisible by 2, if it's divisible by 2, then its remainder is going to be 0. So I did right here a mod 2. Okay. From here, then I'm going to print that element out. So I can say like element is not divisible by 2, something like that. Okay. And it should just print out the 1, 3, and the 5. So those are basically examples of traversing through strings and lists using for loops. If you have any questions about anything in this video, let me know.